Forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Now we play a round called Northern Mock. This game involves Micheal, Andy, Frankie and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. The next subject is North-South Divide. There goes Micheal.
Right, yes. Now, I am from the south. Have you noticed? I have been north, up the M1, and I don't know what happens to the word the. It seems to disappear at about junction 25 on the M1, and the word the just goes, that's it from me, I'm getting off. You go on ahead. Are you coming with? No, I'm not interested up there. And then you get there and they don't have, they say, up to fridge, or you're going up to, what are you doing? My first experience of this was when I went to the cinema in Leeds. I saw The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I had more fun asking the woman what it is I'd booked to see than watching the entire movie itself. So what is it I'm seeing here today? To one, to witch and to wardrobe. What are you talking about? You're hearing this? Are you taking toothpaste? Yes, of course. I thought it might be a nice idea maybe to go to HMV and get a DVD of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, maybe The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and perhaps an album by The. And just line them up on the counter. What is it I've decided to purchase here? To one, to witch and to wardrobe. To good, to bad and to ugly. And to. Thank you.
Well done, Micheal.
Society. Thanks. There's a lot of idiots about, aren't there? I was in a sauna the other day with some men, which, you know, let's forget about that part of the story, but there was this bloke who just sat there going, this country's gone to the dogs. 5 years' time, guarantee it, this country, Sharia law. Everywhere you look, Sharia law. And his mate went, yeah, but the thing is, right, under that law, you can have 4 wives. And this bloke suddenly went, really? And you're like, make your mind up, mate. You Sid James or Enoch Powell. They're everywhere. Titties, ha. He went mental. 4 wives, imagine the fun I'd have. 1 for every day of the week. It's wonderful when you see bigotry slapped, isn't it? I was on a train the other day. There was a bloke sat here, let's call him a dick, who was sat opposite a man of foreign persuasion, just go, why don't you go home, mate? Why don't you go home? And this hero looked back at this bloke and went, I am. That's why I'm on the train.
They're saying, oh, you know, they talk about the thinking man's crumpet. She is the stupid man's donut. Basically, she actually doesn't even believe that climate change is man-made. Yep. Even George W. Bush now believes climate change is man-made. It's a sad state of affairs when you make George W. Bush look like an informed progressive.
To be honest.
In terms of travel, by the way, on the roads, what flaw has been exposed this week in speed cameras?
It's really great if you change lanes between 2 like kind of, you know, average speed cameras. If you swap lanes, then they can't detect you. And the manufacturer said you can do this, but we wouldn't recommend it. It's exactly like when you're at the swimming pool. They go, no bombing. He's turned. Boom.
So if you drive like Richard Hammond, violent swerve, you're perfectly all right. You'll get away.
I think that should be the anti-speeding advert. It should be footage of Richard Hammond trying to remember his own wedding day. She was wearing black, or was it red? Am I married?
I'm this morning.
Well, even like an oblique reference to him, let alone there's a line in the sand, right? And you can't even see the line in the sand. You're actually out of sand into tropical tundra regions. The sand is so bad.
We come to our final quickfire round called Scenes We'd Like to See. It's for everyone, so if you could make your way over to the performance area, please. I call ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions, okay? Here we go. The first subject is what a news reporter would never say.
Next on News 24, I'm going to punch a zebra. Who cares? No one's watching.
Here, children as young as 8 are forced to earn their own living.
More polish, I want to see my face.
Here on the streets, it seems that Britain is completely in the grip of gang culture. This is John Simpson for the ATN Massive!
Can you hear the bombs falling? No? That's because they're in Baghdad. I'm here in Peckham.
Reports of a mystery man loitering in the area turned out to be me.
News just in. Go to a break, your wife's been hit by a truck.
And it was just a few feet from here that the shots were fired. I know, I fired them.
Well, finally the power in Beirut seems to be back on. The radiator I'm chained to is getting quite warm.
Even amidst the devastation of this earthquake, there are still stories of hope. I found a man's wallet.
I am actually in my bedroom, but I'm trying to make it look like I'm in Baghdad on a satellite phone.
And I can't help thinking that if my country was gripped by famine, I'd just move.
The next topic is unlikely letters to be read out on points of view.
Why, oh why is the structure of my chromosomes?
Dear BBC, I watched a light entertainment programme on your network the other night that wasn't hosted by Graham Norton. Is he ill?
Dear BBC, how did you manage to get those hippos to swim in a circle?
Dear BBC, I am a Nigerian general with £30 million to put in your bank account.
Last night, I turned onto your new porn channel. See boobies.
Dear points of view, I would like to complain about the weird voice you're reading out my letter in.
Dear Point of View, has anyone else noticed that Pat Butcher looks a lot like the honey monster from the Sugar Puffs album?
Dear BBC, when are you going to show Nuts on the Road? Nim, nim, nim.
Dear points of view, I watched Silent Witness with the sound off and it didn't make any sense.
Dear BBC, well, it's now 30 years down the line and I'm no closer to owning a robotic housemaid. Tomorrow's world, tomorrow's horseshit, more like.
The other night I watched Nigella Lawson and picked up a couple of good tips on baking bread. And in the process, I just about ripped my cock off.